Hey, teeth lover. So today is going to be another one of my client success stories, Tara, who was like honestly a pretty mind-blowing story, but I also am kind of biased just because she has like the cutest New Jersey accent. And I always tell her that every time I talk to her. But all kidding aside, Tara, she was in rough shape when I met her. She was doing weekly chiro. I think she told me she was spending like $800 a month on chiro, which is insane. But she also had an incident where she needed open heart surgery and she wasn't really able to heal from that until she went right back into hygiene. So when I talked to her, she was like her body was just broken, right? And she was really, really miserable. And, after working with me in my program, like she's feeling amazing. So go ahead and listen to her story now, just so you're aware, because yeah, she was doing all the temporary things and all the quick fixes, and now she doesn't need them. So stay tuned because her story is a good one. Hey there! Welcome to the Lift for Longevity podcast, where our goal is to build our strongest, healthiest body. We all deserve to feel our best, but since we only get one body, we have to make sure to protect it by moving safely and with purpose to prevent pain, injury, and surgery. I'm your host, Brianne, and I'm a fit pro turned business owner and also a girl mom. I'm obsessed with educating and empowering dental pros on how to take care of their body by training efficiently and building the right muscles to prolong their career. I know you're tired of spending time working out but still dealing with annoying aches and pains, getting rid of your pain temporarily only to have it come right back just a few hours later, or feeling like you never have any energy. You wish there was a long-term solution to get rid of your pain for good. Well, I'm here to give you real-life, actionable steps that you can take today to get rid of your pain, say goodbye to quick fixes, and have energy to live a life that you love. So if you're ready to get stronger, enjoy your life outside the operatory, and have longevity in your career, grab yourself a high-protein snack and let's get to it. So today I am checking in with my client, Tara, who is 9 years into hygiene, and she's 2 months in my program. So Tara, talk to me a little bit about what you were experiencing before starting my program.
Work was starting to get really difficult. I was going to the chiropractor at least once a week, getting massages every 2 to 3 weeks. And then I had a minor injury and was in physical therapy for about 2 months. So I was spending a lot of money and time trying to just make sure I felt good enough to go to work. And now that I've been doing this, I go to massages more for a luxury thing now, I guess. Maybe once a month, sometimes even further apart. I don't think I've been to the chiropractor actually since I've started. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so big difference there. And the physical therapy was over, but I don't feel like I need to go back as of now. I've noticed differences that I wasn't even thinking of. I mainly started like for my neck and my shoulder and stuff like that, but I don't think I realized how bad my lower back was. I knew I had some lower back discomfort, but now that I feel like it's a million times better, I think I'm
Mhm.
realizing how bad it actually was. My work days are passing a lot faster. I think just because I'm not like physically stressed. I guess I'm trying to think. I can pick up more extra shifts. Before, if I picked up extra shifts, I was like dying on my day off, like was a do nothing day. And I have a lot more energy. I feel like I don't need to.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, because, even your smile, like, I feel like is just lit up because when I met you, you were pretty miserable. And I think that was the word you even used, but you had had open heart surgery. You went right back to work. You didn't have really time to recover. And so, yeah, neck pain, chest pain. I remember you saying you had low back pain because you had that anterior pelvic tilt, but I think a lot of hygienists, sometimes their neck and, shoulder blade pain or wherever their upper body pain is kind of is so prevalent that it like diminishes their lower back pain and vice versa. But everything's connected, right? So it's not like you just have pain in one area, like it's going to affect everything around it. And I think, your hips were out of alignment too. So they were tilted, but they were also, one was elevated. So yeah, you were pretty jacked, right? I know that's the word that a lot of hygienists use,
Not
but
the good.
were you working out? Remind me.
Not anything like not like a regulated routine. Like I would go a couple times a week, like with my boyfriend, or just like few random things at home, but
Mhm.
nothing like specific.
But you feel like now that you have this structured routine in place that you're like really able to adhere and comply?
Yes, I feel like before a lot of what like workout wise, like I would do something and I would be like, oh, I don't know if this feels right. I don't know if I'm going to hurt something or injure something. Or I would do like a bunch of workouts and then like for several days after be like sore and dying and knowing, oh, I have to go to the physical therapist or get a massage or something. So I think just like the knowing that the exercises I'm doing now, like to know that they're okay and that I'm not injuring something or worsening something that's going to make my work week harder, I'm more ready to just kind of get it done and jump into it, as opposed to trying to be like, is this okay for me to do? Is that not okay for me to do? And this is going to sound weird, but after like a normal workout prior to this, like I'd be exhausted and tired and out of breath. Immediately after one of these workouts, I mean, I feel like I worked out, but things actually feel like better. I don't even know how to explain it. Like after a regular workout, you go upstairs and like you're almost too tired to go up the stairs. And it's like, I feel like after doing like a lower body workout with this stuff, because it's, I guess, putting everything back where it belongs, it's actually like easier to go upstairs or get up off the floor. Like, I don't think I realized how much trouble I was having, like just with simple things like bending over and picking something up, or if you're sitting on the floor, like playing with the dog to like get up. Now I could get up like not even using my arms, which isn't
Oh
even
my
something I
gosh.
realized before I couldn't do, but before I was like rolling over on my stomach and getting on my hands and knees to try and stand up. So it's like weird little things you never even thought of, but now that you don't have to do them anymore, you're like, oh wow, I was pretty bad before.
Yeah. Well, and you're only 31. Like you're
Yes,
barely
that's not
30,
enough.
right?
Yep.
So, oh my gosh, I love to hear that. But honestly, I love that you pinpointed like you have, I would say more energy after your workout. Like you're not exhausted. And most people think like you should be dead after a workout. And that's so false. Like you should feel energized and great after a workout. So I love that you feel like that. So, if you are exhausted and spent after a workout, like you're doing things wrong. So it should improve your life, right? And have you to go through your day and feel better. So what do you feel like you're doing the right exercises, but do they feel different than what you're doing before? Like are you sore in different areas at all? Or can you identify that?
I feel like more like the soreness is more like localized to like specific areas, whereas prior, I almost feel like my soreness was more of things that were being like strained or improperly used to get me to do the motion. Whereas now the things that are sore, I can tell it's like the localized, like the muscle that was supposed to be being targeted and worked out. So it's like a good supposed to be sore, as opposed to, oh, I might have pulled this or strained that to like, yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
different good sore if there is such a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because we're doing isolation exercises. But my client the other day, she actually said it felt like constructive soreness, which I thought was interesting because I've never heard that. But I guess that's a good term. It kind of sounds like what you're saying. Well, yeah, I'm just so grateful because I know last time we spoke, like even your boyfriend had noticed you weren't complaining about your pain and all that too, right?
Yep, yeah, I'm a lot less cranky, I feel like.
No. And your work is like you can pick up shifts, but how was like your regular day? Like you just get through it, no breeze? Or like
It goes by a lot faster. Like I guess before I was probably more focusing on like something that was like either felt like it was pulling or burning or sore, or if like I couldn't move my head. So I was spending like so much time and energy thinking, all right, I have to reach over there and pick that up. How do I like turn and do it in a way that I'm not going to hurt myself? Whereas now I feel like I sit up almost perfectly straight without even realizing it. Like it just comes naturally. Even standing, like I notice I stand completely different as opposed to like the pelvic tilt that you were referring to. So
mhm.
I feel like just it's so much less stuff that you have to think about to just get the tasks done, that you're just even mentally just less tired. So
Yes.
more attention,
Yes.
patient, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, because pain is very mentally draining, right? It's on your mind all the time. And I remember actually, now that we're talking, you had said you were like afraid to do normal things.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
having to think two steps ahead is just, it's beyond exhausting, right? It's just mentally draining. And so now that you don't have to think about that, oh, I'm so happy. Like that mental freedom is just priceless. I had back pain before years ago, and once you get rid of that, it's like this is what life is like, right?
Yeah, I thought it was like a permanent thing. I was like, oh, maybe this is just arthritis. Maybe I'm getting old. And I didn't even realize that it was like mainly muscle and all other types of things related and fixable.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Like, I'm so glad. Well, what would you say? I guess what prompted you to reach out to me, or, if there's somebody else doing a lot of that weekly Cairo and all the things like the temporary fixes, maybe considering joining my program, whether they're a hygienist or dentist, what would you say to them? What would your advice be?
I think it's definitely 100% worth it. It saves my time. You know what I mean? It's like on days off, I can actually do stuff and I feel great. So it's in multiple areas I never even expected it to affect me it has. Like, I kind of just thought I want my job to be doable. I want to be able to get through the hours I have to work that are mandatory for the week, and now it's like I notice it cleaning the house or walking the dog or going, it's summer, so like extracurricular activities, like I'm not sore, I'm not tired. So it's made a big difference overall, not just work. So it's definitely recommended.
I'm so happy because like it sounds like my program exceeded your expectations, because I have people who come to me and they're like, I just want to get my work day, not have pain. Cool. Like, what about after that? Like, let's think big, because it's possible. Like, if you're having pain at work, right? Like, it's affecting your life outside of work. And if it's not yet, it will. So it's like, let's get to the root of this, fix your imbalances, and like enjoy life outside of work and in work. So I'm like just over the moon. Like, that's such a cheesy saying, but I really am, because I remember 2 months ago, and it was not a great conversation that we had, just because you were so much in pain all the time, and now you're not.
Mhm.
So happy. Well, I look forward to our next check and call, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one. So how cool is Tara's story? Like, literally spending so much time and money and energy on those, quick temporary fixes to not needing them at all. And, even what's so cool about her is, like she had said, she just wanted to like make her job doable, like get through the hours that she needed to get through, and that was like where her mindset was. But it's like, no, like, let's get through work and then some, right? So now she even said, like, her work days are passing by. She can pick up more shifts because she's feeling amazing. She has more energy. And then even like, outside from work, she's able to clean the house and walk the dog and do all those summer activities without being sore or tired. And it's just, essentially giving her life back. So anyways, the reason I share these is because Tara's, a typical average hygienist just like you. And if you are, tired of the temporary fixes and you want to get to the root of your pain and feel great, get through your work days and feel great outside of the operatory, like, I'm all for it. I'm here to help. I will link an application for my Lift for Longevity program below. Feel free to fill that out if you are serious about getting rid of your pain and living life to the fullest. So can't wait to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening in today. I hope you got a takeaway from this episode. And if you did, would you be so kind to share it with another dental pro you think would benefit from it? I know you love learning, and chances are that they do too. Also, I would love to connect with you on Instagram, so go ahead and head over to the Lift for Longevity podcast page or follow me at Built by Brianne. If you shoot me a message saying hello, I will personally respond because I love chatting with dental pros. Before you go, though, I want to let you know that I appreciate you and what you do, and I hope to chat soon. Until next time, stay strong.